Welcome to Kati Kitchen. If you're looking for something nice for your party, you can think about fried vegetable spring roll. It will be crispy, crunchy, veggie, and it will please your guests for your party or even the snack for after work or weekend appetizer or weekend afternoon meal. The ingredient for the fried vegetable spring roll, you can choose vegetable you like, but mainly you need to have the glass noodle. The glass noodle you have to soak it in the water 15 minutes before, just in the room temperature, not boiling water. Sweet corn, if you don't have the fresh one, you can use from the can. And carrot, shiitake, dry shiitake, onion, cabbage or bean sprouts. If you have bean sprouts, you can use bean sprouts. And earwood mushroom, tofu or bean curd. The seasoning we have soy sauce, sugar, salt, and the paste we need coriander root, garlic, and white pepper. That is the best paste in Thai food. And the egg white, don't miss it because we need it for glue the roll, the spring roll. Okay, we start from cutting tofu in a small dice. Like that. If you like to have it together with meat, with minced pork or chicken or shrimp, you can do it also, but you scrape the tofu. Next, raw sweet corn because we will cook it first. If you got the corn like that, so you just slide it. Sweet corn, it will give the sweetness taste in the vegetable spring roll. If you have a corn from a can, you have to dry in the water to make it dry first because in the stuff of spring roll, we don't need much water because it will break the paper when you wrap it. And also the onion. Onion, you have to make it finely chopped. The onion is also gives sweet taste in the spring roll vegetable. The carrot, we make it julienne. The vegetable in spring roll, if you can make it julienne, you make it julienne. And if it like tough like a corn or onion, you chop it fine. Cabbage, thin slices. I use the cabbage because the cabbage is drier than the spring bean sprouts. If you want to prepare your spring roll, and you want to keep it for a while, or you can keep it in the frozen. With the cabbage is better because it's drier. Shiitake, finely chopped. This one you can not make julienne, you just chop it fine. Okay. Earwood mushroom. This one, if it's big like that, you tightly roll and then you slide it thin. It becomes julienne. Normally, when you get this mushroom, it's dry. You soak it together with the glass noodle when you prepare it, okay? The vegetable, I say, if you can make it julienne, you slice it long, you can make it long because it will be easy in a roll. Glass noodle, you soak it in the water already, no? And spring onion. In the bottom, you make it separately a little bit to make it small pieces, and you cut it about 2 inches long. And this we will add it at the end. We don't cook at the beginning for the nice color. Now we prepare the paste. 3 best friend paste of the Thai food. We have coriander root, pepper, and garlic that we use in many Thai dishes. Okay, we cut the coriander root. Put in the mortar. If you don't have the mortar, you can use the grinding machine you have. Garlic in. And and teaspoon of pepper and then smash. Make it very fine paste because you don't need to have the chunk of the coriander root or garlic and the pepper. This must be very well mixed together with the vegetable. Smells so good. So now we got the paste. Make me hungry. Let's cook spring roll stuff. First, heat up the wok and the oil. 3 tablespoons of oil. Not a lot, And now we have to wait until the oil and the wok is hot first. Be careful when you make stir fry. You always add the ingredient when the wok is getting heat. Otherwise, you will get the ingredient will stick in your wok. But if you have the Teflon wok, that is okay. But normally for Thai food, it's better that you use the stainless wok like that or steel wok like this because when you make stir fry Thai food, it's quick cooking. Then you need a lot of heat and short time. And it will reduce more water and it will make your vegetable or stuff it like a better texture. Now the oil is hot. I will start with the tofu. We have to fry the tofu first. Woo! Because the tofu would have a lot of vegetable, then we have to cook it a little bit to reduce some water inside, and then it will be getting dry and crispy. It will be nice texture, and it will be absorb the taste of the ingredient. Then your vegetable spring roll will have a taste. You see, if the wok is hot and the oil is hot, it will not make the tofu stick in the bottom. Keep it medium-high heat. Tofu is start to get a little bit crispy outside. Start to get ready. The color of tofu in Thai is getting yellow because we soak it in the turmeric water. Next step we will use the 3 Clove paste. This paste we use a lot in Thai kitchen as I told you. It will bring a flavor, aroma for your vegetable spring roll. Okay, just dry like that. Okay, now we will add the paste. The paste of 3 Clove. As it in. This one is sensitive. Oh, smell good. Now we will add the vegetable. The corn, mushroom, onion, and the carrot. Okay, we do not add the cabbage and the glass noodle now because we need to cook the corn first and the onion bring out the juice and then it make it sweet. Okay, we cook until the onion is getting clear and the corn is cooked too. Like that. Now we will add the cabbage and the glass noodle. And then we will seasoning with a teaspoon of sugar, a little bit of salt, half a teaspoon, soy sauce, 1 tablespoon. That's it. Now you see the glass noodle is cooked and clear and everything is mixed it together. The last thing is to be the spring onion, just some green color. Just put it in and then you turn off the fire, the heat suddenly. You don't need to cook the green spring onion on the fire because it's very easy cook and then you just put it in the wok and then you turn off suddenly. Okay. When you done the stuff of the spring roll, you see, we should have no oil, no water left in the wok, like that. because if it's too juicy, when you wrap, when you roll, the juice will make the paper break. And if you make it juicy, you cannot, when you keep it in the freezer, it will break when you cook it again. Okay, now we got the stuff of the spring roll. We have to let it cool down before you wrap in the paper, okay? Before you wrap it, then you put it in the plate. For the spring roll wrapper, if you take off from the package, when you separate already, you must cover it with the wet towel to keep it not dry, okay? So the paper like that, you put it in the plate, like that. And then you put the spring roll stuff in the middle. Okay, just like this amount. And then you make it like that. To make the rolling, you have to make it firm but not really tiny. Okay, I put it together like that, and then you just roll it back, and back. Okay, until it be under the middle, and then now in the middle, and then you wrap the left and the right. You fold the left and the right, right? And then roll. You glue it with the egg white. Like that. Make it firm but not too tight, okay? First one. So, before you put the spring roll in the oil, you have to be sure that your oil is hot enough. Otherwise, your spring roll will soaking a lot of oil and then it will not crispy. So, with the hot oil, if you cook the paper, the rice paper outside to make it crispy, and then it will make it crunchy. To see the oil is ready or not, you can use your chopstick to put in the oil, and if you see the bubble, does it mean your oil is hot enough? Or if you have a frying machine, you can use the temperature about 190, or you put your man finger in. If he cry, that means the oil is ready. Now my oil is ready. I brought it in. Float it on, not throw it, okay? Gently slide down. Gently slide down. Gently again. And then you cook about 3 minutes, 5 minutes. It depends on how much you cook and how much oil you have or something like that. The oil that we use for cooking deep fry, in Thailand we can use sunflower oil, soybean oil, vegetable oil and rapeseed oil. Okay, just let it floating for a while. If you cook the spring roll from the frozen, if you have frozen spring roll that you prepare a week before, something like that, you just let it from the freezer for about 5 minutes, and then you don't need to make it like completely defrosted, because if you defrost it first, the paper it will break, okay? But with the frozen spring roll, when you fry, you must add in the hot oil at the medium high. But when you add the spring roll in the oil already, you have to roll down the temperature, because inside is cool. Then you take it longer time to cook, not the fresh one like that. But if you prepare like some day before your party, you can keep in the refrigerator 3 days. Okay, no need to freezer, then it's quicker to cook. You can cook it also in the air fryer cooker. Okay, by you spray a little bit of oil, and then you put in the air fryer about 190 temperature. You will get crispy spring roll also, but it's not crispy like this. When it starts to be ready, you can feel it a little bit hard outside. Okay, if you roll it good, you can turn it around, and then both sides it will cook in the same time. Even the second layer of the spring roll, it will get crispy also. But if you not balance it well, at like I show you, it will be hard to turn. One side will be crispy, one side it will be a little bit less, but it's okay. Okay, in this color, and you can feel the crispiness. Easily also the deep fry thing. If you put it at the beginning, it's in the bottom, but if it floated up, that it means it cooked. Okay, let's have a look. Wow, nice color. Now turn off the fire. If you don't not serve it suddenly, immediately you can keep it like that. It will be keep hot for a while. Okay, and then you just cook it like that, prepare it, and then when you serve, you just cut it a bit. Because it's crispy, then you have to make a little hole and you cut it like 45 degrees. If you serve it suddenly, to cut like that is also to reduce the heat inside. And we serve it together with the sweet chili dip sauce or Kati น้ำจิ้มไก่ Let's go to the party with fried crispy vegetable spring roll dip. Yummy, crispy.